Hey everyone, thanks for clicking. Hope everyone's having a great day out there. This is Rocky and I want to talk a little bit about Justice League Gods and Monsters. Now this is going to be an upcoming animated film created by Bruce Timm. He also co-wrote, heading up the artwork on it and everything. And it's scheduled to be released later this month. It's basically his take on an Elseworlds version or a what if version if you're used to that comic of the Justice League. So it's basically his idea of a different take on these iconic characters. Now, to prepare for the animated film's release, Warner Brothers partnered with Machinima to create a web series to introduce the altered characters, and they started off with the big three: Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, also referred to as the Holy Trinity in regards to the Justice League. Now, each one has their own short video, and next year they're talking about doing a season 2, which is going to be 10 episodes. I imagine they're going to introduce some different characters, but I haven't heard anything about that at this point. What I'm going to go ahead and do is provide links to each of the 3 parts, so that way you guys can check those out and then come back and see what I have to say about them, or you can see what I have to say about them now, and then check them out later, whatever you prefer to do. So I'll go ahead and provide links down in the description on the screen, as well as there will be links in the card. If you don't remember what the cards are, on the top right of your screen there's kind of a circle eye. Go ahead and click that and that's going to bring up some different links. So I'll provide all the video links in there as well. So yeah, definitely want you guys to check these out. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and go through episode by episode. So let's go ahead and start with episode 1, titled Twisted, aka Batman vs. Harley. So right away in this episode, we get the look and feel of Gotham from Batman the Animated Series, and I totally love that. I was a huge fan of Bruce Timm's work, and for those that don't know, all the basically popular DC animated films were done by Bruce Timm for the most part. I mean, he kind of rejuvenated the idea of an animated series that can appeal to both adults and young kids when it came to like Saturday cartoons, which was headed with Batman the Animated Series. So yeah, so that's Bruce Timm in a nutshell. So in this episode, we see Batman drop in, and the costume is of a simple design and lacks the iconic symbol and his utility belt. We still have the ears though. We catch on pretty quick that this is going to be a darker world as we see a fridge full of body parts. Come to find out, this is Harley Quinn's place, and she is way psychotic and trying to literally piece together a family. One of the creepiest things were the jack-in-the-boxes. Yes, she cut real people in half and placed them on springs. Harley seems more like a fuse between Joker and the classic Harley Quinn, which made for a whole lot of crazy, but still had that great banter with Batman. Though for the most part this is kind of one-sided, as this seems to be a more colder or calculating Batman, if that makes sense. Oh, and he apparently has some form of super strength. So we see them crank up the violence a bit, and then we see the big difference with this Batman. He kills. Oh, and he has fangs. That's right. Instead of billionaire Bruce Wayne, we have Dr. Kirk Langston, aka Man-Bat, from the comics. In his traditional story, Langston injected himself with a bat serum that was designed to give humans their sonar ability. This was important to him as he was going deaf at the time. Sadly, the formula ended up turning him into what amounts to be a werebat, and he had many struggles with this throughout his various appearances in the comics. So in Gods and Monsters, it appears they're going with a different idea of a vampire bat situation, or something like that. Makes me wonder what else he can do. So yeah, we will be seeing a Batman that seems comfortable with crossing that kill line. Though, to be fair, we did not actually see Harley die. Alright, let's talk about episode 2, titled Bomb, aka Superman vs. Brainiac. Alright, so we open to Metropolis being attacked by something, and there's mentions of a government cover-up. You know, because that never happens in the comics, right? So where is Superman? We get our first look at Amanda Waller as president, and wow, that was a nice surprise. On one hand, Waller was always an annoyingly fun character, but on the other, it always seemed she preferred the shadows, much like Batman. Still, I think it was a pretty great move on their part. We find out the city is being attacked by the government-created Brainiac that was designed to deal with Superman in case he ever went crazy, basically. So we see them have strong doubts about Superman, especially since they are unable to contact him for help. This is where things get interesting as we finally see Superman as he stops a jet from sending a nuke towards Metropolis. Gone is the suit and cape, and here comes a trench coat and a goatee. By the look in his eyes, this is an edgier Superman, and I honestly kind of like the look. Superman sonic booms his way towards the energy orb, and here's where we see another big difference with this Superman. He walks past a bus of people asking for help and continues walking. The old Superman would have made sure all those people were taken to safety, but not the new guy. He seems to have a more direct personality and focuses on the main problem. Now comes the tough part. As Superman pierces the energy barrier, he finds a child Brainiac at the center. This child is crying, sobbing, and he has no idea what's going on. Superman does his best to try and calm the child down so that he can control his powers. He even makes reference to himself being a child and having to learn how to control his powers as well. Sadly, as Brainiac is basically just lashing out emotionally, he has no idea how to stop or control what's going on. Now, I took note of Superman in this scene, as his lines are given with very little emotion. This seems to be a tired and somewhat jaded Superman. Superman knows there's only one way to stop Brainiac, and Brainiac knows it as well. So at the request of the child, Superman kills him with his heat vision, and the energy storm disappears. We see Superman holding the lifeless child, and as he looks up towards the stars in sadness, he lets out a sigh of regret. This goes to affirm definitely that this is not the Clark Kent Superman. This Superman is an adaptation of the Chris Kent character, who was the son of General Zod. So we will be seeing a much more practical Superman who is able to push emotions aside. Also, like Batman, he is willing to cross the no-kill line when needed. I'm really impressed with this take on the character, though I do think this is the one people will have the most trouble with. Now, there was a lot of talk about that end scene with him killing Brainiac, and a lot of references back to the Man of Steel movie and how he killed Zod in that movie and how Superman would never kill. But I really appreciated their take on it with this animated short, as he does feel emotion, he does feel the weight of what he's done, but he seems to visually be able to deal with that. So this was probably not his first time taking a life, but he does feel the weight of it. He does feel the regret of it. And I imagine a lot of that resentment and anger is going to end up being focused towards the government, as again, they're the ones that created Brainiac. All right, let's get into episode 3, titled Big, aka Wonder Woman. We are presented with the typical Steve Trevor in peril story that was always one of the more entertaining parts of the Wonder Woman TV series. In this case, Steve has been captured by Cobra as they are preparing a special weapon to attack the president with. Then with a flash of a boom tube, we see our armored hero and she has red hair. What? This Wonder Woman still has the playful side, though this one has far stronger sexual undertones with what she says. Wonder Woman shares flight, invulnerability, and super strength with the original, but gone is the lasso when replaced with an odd-looking sword. She definitely has a sexual relationship with Trevor, and apparently allows him to feel in charge sometimes in the bedroom. Then we see Cobra's secret weapon, a robot version of Giganta, and Wonder Woman gives Trevor his wish and lets him fight the robot alone. Well, until he asks for help. Giganta is defeated, and Wonder Woman decides to celebrate the best way she knows how, and Steve's line about needing a safe word was great. So who is the new Wonder Woman? She's the new god Becca, who is actually married to Orion. So either they have an open relationship or Trevor will be due for some pain. We don't see Orion in this episode, and it's possible that he may be a different character. Sadly, there's also no mention of the Amazons, so we probably won't be seeing them at all. Now, these Chronicles, or this web series, definitely did its job at teasing the big three, but without giving away everything about them and the movie. So the animated movie seems to involve the idea of the Justice League being left unchecked and the chaos that it's caused when they are blamed for the death of some scientists. Basically, we are going to see people go to war with the Justice League and how they react. This theme of superhero oversight has been explored in various comics, cartoons, TV shows, and movies, so it's going to be interesting to see their take on the idea. While I do like the idea of shaking up these iconic characters, I have to say that the new Wonder Woman was the most underwhelming in my opinion. Now, I'm sure we'll see a lot more to her character in the movie, and she definitely has some potential. It's just in this short, I just didn't see that much of her character come out, so that was a little bit disappointing, I thought. I have faith in Bruce Timm, so I know he'll put something great on the screen. Our big takeaway is that these are heroes that are willing to cross the line if they need to. So can they really be looked at as heroes anymore? Or will the Justice League become villains? I look forward to seeing these ideas explored in Justice League Gods and Monsters, and I hope you are as well. Like I said, it's scheduled to be out later on this month. So those are my thoughts on these 3 Chronicles or this web series. Go and let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. Or if you have any questions, go ahead and put those down in the comments below as well. If you've enjoyed the video, I'd ask you to go ahead and pound that like button and definitely subscribe to my channel. To subscribe to my channel, if you're on your computer, you can click the subscribe annotation on the screen, or if you're on your mobile device, there's a subscribe button down in the description, as well as I will provide a direct link for subscribing in the description below as well. If you have gone ahead and subscribed already, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on board, and I so hope you're enjoying the videos. So with this video, I'm actually testing out a new pop filter. If you guys could go ahead and let me know down in the comments below how the audio was for you, I'd really appreciate it. With all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day now. Bye.